Hello everyone. We are here to discuss importance of Java and JUnit and what exactly we are covering in this particular course. Okay, this course is specially designed for quality insurance associates. Okay, why? Because first thing, Java is a mother tongue of today's IT industry. So, a lot of new automation techniques are getting created and they're based on Java. Okay, one of the automation techniques is JUnit. Okay, so first you should understand why we are learning Java. If you go anywhere, okay, let's say if you are just browsing through tutorial point, okay, this is the first place to go and check what are the different tutorials available. Okay, and it's really good website, let's say. So now if I go to JUnit tutorial and if I click on any of the page of TestNG or Selenium, if you have heard these names previously, these are automation softwares. Okay, all these things, all Selenium, I'll say, JUnit, I'll say, everything is dependent on Java. Actually, if you open any page, any random click, let's say user assertions, any random click, you will see the Java code. It's a Java code. Okay, so basically Java programming language, knowing Java programming language is no longer a developer's asset. Okay, so programming is basically nowadays it's an asset for everyone in the IT industry. Okay, so you should understand. So anything I'll say, you can go to anything which is on Amazon. It can be any website. Okay, it can be a cloud-based technology. It can be a testing. It can be a deployment. It can be Jenkins. It can be Solar. Okay, there are a lot of things available across the board which will help you to automate the things. Okay, it can be testing automation. It can be deployment automation, continuous integration. There are a lot of jargons I can use here, but ultimately the soul, the core is Java. Okay, so to know all these things, to understand all these things, the basic thing you will need is Java. Okay, so if you don't know Java, basically it's very hard to get entered into IT industry now. Okay, so let's try to understand what are the things we are covering in this particular course. This course is designed for Java and JUnit. Okay, and it's for quality insurance associates. Now when we start, we will start with basics of Java, and remember this particular course, as it is for people who are in QA, we very well know that we have little programming background. Okay, even if you have one, it might not be in Java. So we are going really slow here. Okay, try to understand object-oriented concepts, how it works, how Java fit into all these concepts. Okay, what is JRE? That is Java Runtime Environment. JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, and JDK, and what's the difference between them? Okay, so you are going to understand. If these words are French to you, it's awesome, because now this lead is clean. We can write it from scratch. Okay, if you know a little, then you can understand further things. We are going to discuss in detail about classes and objects, how the objects are created, how classes are created, how data types are declared in Java, how to control, how to create a loop. Loop means iteration. If I want to actually execute a particular test case 10 times, then I'll actually go through loop. Then I have methods and constructor. What is method? Method is a functionality. What is a constructor? Is an initializer of any class. Okay. Overloading, overriding. If you don't know these things, I will get to know. I'll let you know. Abstraction. Abstraction is one of the core feature of object-oriented programming. Okay, so we'll get to know how this works. Okay, and super and final, these are keywords. Okay, so this particular presentation has been recorded as well, so that you will have a proof that okay, these are the things we are going to cover, we promise to cover, and we are going to cover. Okay, this is a very basic Java, very basic. Then we'll move further to core Java, try to understand at advanced level, little advanced. I'll not say it's very advanced, but little advanced level, which is very important for us to create automation test cases in future. So multi-threading, collection framework, file handling, that is if you want to read test cases from a file. Okay, let's say I want to test this application for 10 customers and 10 customer IDs are stored in a file, so I'll write a file reading code. Okay, it's hardly 5 lines of code, but I never wrote it, so I don't know about it. Okay, so I write those 5 lines of code. I try to understand if I want to read an entire PDF, how do we do that? If I want to read an entire Excel file, how do I do that? Okay, so those things. Exception handling. Okay, if there are faulty scenarios, if there is a what I can say, test case, execute test case failure, how do we handle that? Okay, how to write inner classes, and there will be an introduction to web-based programming, how to write a servlet, okay, and how to hit a URL with your class. Okay, so these are the important things you have to cover in Java, core Java especially. Then we move further our training towards JUnits. Why JUnit? The first and most important thing you understand is whenever you have a requirement, you write unit test cases. Unit test cases are basic functionalities, and we write those in Excel file or Jira or whatever test case utility you have, so that we can test developed application against it. Okay, so now that functionality, now that Excel sheet, now that Jira software, now everything you wrote in unit test cases can be written in JUnit test cases and will be automated. So if the developer makes a single line of code change, and if you want to execute all the unit test cases, you just have to execute a class, and that will actually test entire application in minute. I said huge time, probably in seconds. Okay, so how does JUnit work? What is how to write a test cases in that? How to use assertions? Okay, how to execute those things? How to create a suite, entire application in a single shot? Okay, how to do that? Okay, then advanced JUnit, how to you write JUnit ignore, don't ignore JUnit, how to write ignore statement in JUnit. Okay, time test cases, if I want that particular test case to execute after this much time, how do we do that? Okay, how to handle exceptions, how to handle negative test cases, I'll say. Okay, how to handle parameterized test cases. Okay, and there are some extensions also we are going to cover in this particular course. In this course, we also have a project where we have a simple real IT scenario that how this thing should work in real project. Okay, then technical assistance, I will provide you technical assistance on this project. Okay, how to work, okay, what are the steps to be executed. There will be separate QA sessions for this project. Okay, so how to execute, there will be a review on your test cases, and if you miss any test case, I will let you know, okay, this is what you missed. Okay, and one-to-one project review. So this project is small though, but because you've gone through that cycle, because you executed those cycles, you have a confidence in interview to answer your questions. Okay, so this project will be part of your end-to-end learning. Finally, if you have any questions, so the most common questions will be how long this course will be. So this course will be long, will be up to 45 days, 45 minutes per day, 45 days it will go. Okay, generally we do not take classes on weekends, so 5 days in a row, so probably will take about 1.5 months. Okay, that will actually constitute entire thing. Sometimes we do have classes on weekends if you want to cover something. Okay, we are covering entire core Java. If there are new things in core Java, let's say Java 8, if new thing is getting added, you can always ask me or I'll include that in your course. Okay, second thing is you can repeat the course any number of times. Okay, there is no harm, there is no problem. Third thing is you can ask any number of questions anytime. I will be available. This is my email address. I'm publishing it right away. Okay, I'm not hiding it, and this it's right there in front of you. It's rishi.h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Okay, and third and most important thing is will you help for resume building and all? Yes. Okay, the answer to that question is yes. I'll help you. I'll review your resume, and I'll help you to actually what I can say, focus your resume towards QA and JUnits and Java. Okay, so knowing Java in today's world is very important. It's like a primary skill. You should have it. Go ahead and add this competency in your resume. I know your time is precious. We'll try to make this course as early as possible, but we should not go that fast that you should not you may skip in topic. No, we don't do that. We don't want that. We want you to understand each and every concept thoroughly so that you can answer your interview questions properly. Okay. So here we stop. If you have any questions further, this is my email address. Please go ahead and drop me an email. There is no harm in asking any random question also. No question is dumb question. Every question is important. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a wonderful night ahead. Good night. Thank you.